All right, welcome back to the Run.down post-game show here on the Strickland YouTube channel, Strickland Twitter. And if you're listening to this the day after Strickland Podcast Network, I am Sam. I'm joined by Tyrese. The Knicks win their third straight game over the
Fourth
Toronto
straight.
Raptors. Is it third or fourth?
I think it's fourth straight.
Well, they've won some sort of straight games.
Yeah, we killing them.
As the Knicks win 116-94 over the Toronto Raptors, who recently came off of a win streak themselves. The Knicks also bring their record to 10-1 at MSG. We will get into all that. Of course, shout out to FanDuel for the sponsor. We will, of course, start with this game, and we'll talk about the rest of the week that had happened. As the Knicks were led by Karl-Anthony Towns, who finished with 22 points today. Started the game a little bit rough, as he's been kind of rough the rest of this week, and we'll talk about that as well. He had 22 and 8. Josh Hart had 20, 12, and 7 in his fourth start of the season. The Knicks are 4-0 when Josh Hart starts this year. Also, who was starting this game as well, Miles McBride, started the game extremely hot. Cooled off in the later part of the game, but was extremely hot to start this game. Has been shooting really well the last couple of games since he came back from, I forgot, was it to sickness? Yes, sickness.
Yeah.
He had 14 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. And we can't forget, of course, Mikal Bridges, who, of course, finished the game with 4 stocks, giving you great defense on Brandon Ingram, who has actually been really good this year. For the Toronto Raptors. So, yeah, I mean, really great performances from Josh Hart, Deuce, Mikal. Clarkson gave you 13 off the bench. Mitch gave you 15 rebounds off the bench. Yabusele probably gave you his best minutes of the season this year.
Yeah, for sure.
So far,
For
with 7 points. Kola gave you some great minutes, got 2 steals too, and some key moments when it felt like, the Raptors were sort of looking to make a push and whatnot. He got some steals to get the ball back and shift the momentum a little bit. Made some great passes too. Had a lob to Cat. Also another great pass to Cat under the basket. Just really good stuff that you're seeing from a lot of these guys, especially in the absence of guys like Shamit and OG. So it's good to see guys like Kolek and Yabusele be able to step up. But yeah, no, this was a great win. And Knicks started off this game with a 24-point lead early in the first or second quarter. I forgot what it was.
Early in the first quarter. They
late in the first quarter, you mean?
Yeah,
early
late in the first, early in the second, by the end of the second, the end of the first quarter, I think 20 something.
Knicks put up another 40-point quarter too, by the way, in the first quarter of today's game. Yeah, no, they really played well. That second quarter, kind of things got really away from them. They only put up 18 points. They got outscored 30-18 in that quarter. Scotty Barnes hit some threes. Mamush, I'm not going to even try to pronounce his name. Mamu was killing. Mamu was killing us in that quarter as well, for a little bit. But yeah, no, the Knicks, they were able to, hold off the Raptors in the third quarter, even though quickly gave us a little dose of we used to see him do to teams when he was on the Knicks. He did to us a little bit in that third quarter. Knicks are able to withstand that, and thanks to a Josh Hart 8-0 run, Mikal steal, the Knicks were able to pull away once again and really put this game away for good. So this was a really encouraging win. I mean, I know the Raptors were missing Jakob and RJ. But still a really good win over a team that's kind of in this early part of the season. I know it's still November basketball, but in this early part of the season, they've kind of established themselves as one of the higher seeded teams in the East. So I guess that kind of means something in terms of strength of schedule and whatnot. But yeah, Tyrese, your thoughts on this game?
Good old fashioned American ass whooping. This is the land of freedom fries and chicken and waffles, and we proved that tonight. Fuck out of here, poutine niggas. No, I mean, this game was just it got close for a little bit in the second and the third, and then they blew it open again in the third, and then in the fourth, it was uncompetitive. For the most part, it just the Knicks were pretty much on cruise control from the beginning. I think Deuce came out with like 4 threes in the first quarter. Really started to like build that momentum. I think Clarkson gave us some good minutes off the bench, which was nice. I mean, he started chucking towards the end, which is Clarkson, but I thought he gave us good minutes off the bench. I thought Gershon's first stint was pretty impactful. His second stint, he just kind of existed, but that first stint was the best he's looked all season. He might be at 275 now. We're making progress. Otherwise, it's just like really solid ball from everybody. I think this was a pretty balanced game. I don't really think anybody kind of stood out in terms of winning the game for us. I mean, Mikal Bridges, again, 2 blocks, 2 steals, 3-to-1 assist turnover ratio, kind of regular Mikal game. 2 of 4 from 3, which is nice. Josh Hart doing Josh Hart things. The guy who played the most minutes tonight was Deuce at 35, which you'll live with. Deuce is fine playing 35, especially because he's playing extended minutes right now while guys are hurt. Yeah, just a really good game overall from everybody. I just can't talk about Josh Hart enough. I think it got wicked for the first couple of games from Josh, but since then he's locked in. He's shooting the shit out of the ball. He had 4 threes again tonight. 7 assists, 3 steals. I think you're seeing his like elite hands. His elite hands have been great for creating opportunities for fast breaks, especially with him and Mikal being able to do more stuff as a wing defender with Deuce guarding the point of attack. You're kind of seeing like both those guys and their hands get active. Yeah, man, I think Josh Hart has just been a monster this last week. I think he deserves Player of the Week consideration just because like he's just been able to do everything for this team. And like this is why like Josh Hart gets the minutes that he does, because when he plays like this, he's legitimately like one of the 50 best players in the league. And he's integral to whatever the Knicks want to do.
Yeah, no, I mean he's been impactful. I mean, even going back to the Bucks game that we'll talk about in a bit, the defense that he's been playing this week has been game changing, and I think that's what makes the most of a difference. Is because a lot of the criticism that people have had against Josh Hart, rightfully so, I will say, has been that he has not been locked in on defense, and he has been uncommitting to. He's been non-committal to shooting, and you're seeing him willing to pull the trigger on shots and hitting them now. And they've made note of, the Knicks having a shooting coach who's been working with him in those instances. So I think that has made much of a difference, as well as just him locking in on the defensive side of the ball, especially since he's started. He's been locked in on the defensive side of the ball. And those are where the rightful criticisms have been, because I know a lot of people have been saying, oh, you guys have been hating on Josh Hart. A lot of people have been saying that on the timeline about, the criticisms that Josh Hart's gotten. And I feel like, yeah, I mean, people were criticizing Josh Hart, but it was for rightful reasons, because he wasn't locked in on defense. The famous thing that we all joked about was him always getting backdoored by somebody. Like someone would always be able to get behind him, cut behind him, get an easy layup. That's what killed us in some of those playoff matchups last year. And then, of course, as we all know, his shooting has been hot and cold throughout his Knicks tenure. Right now, we're in a hot stretch, and we're hoping that it can be something that's consistent, and we're hoping that the addition of the shooting coach is something that has made it that it's going to be consistent. But, I mean, that's where those criticisms have come in, and Josh Hart has changed those things. So you're just hoping that he continues to play at this level, because when he's playing at this level, the Knicks are that much harder to beat, even without guys like OG Anunoby and Landry Shamet, because he is bringing that defensive intensity that you missed with OG, and he is bringing the shooting that you missed with Landry Shamet right now. So he's making up for both of them in very huge ways right now.
Yeah, he's just like, it's frustrating to watch him play sometimes, because it's just like, dude, I know you can be better. So that when he does play better, you're just like, dude, like, where was this the entire fucking time? And like this week especially, he's just been on an absolute heater. Like this might be like the best stretch arguably that he's played for the Knicks. I mean, just even like ignoring the Nets game, like 22 against the Hornets, 19 against the Bucks, 20 against the Raptors, has 7 assists in the last 4 games since he started, 3 steals in 3 of the 4 games, and then the other game he had 2 steals. Like this is just incredible play from him. Like shooting well over 40% from 3, shooting well over 60% from 2-point range. Like when Josh Hart plays like this, legitimately, like this is why every coach starts him. This is why people want to give him 35 minutes. It's like that's why you can't take him out of the game because he just does so many things at a high level. If the shots go in, like that's what makes him legitimately like one of the best players again in the league, one of the best role players in the league.
Yep. I guess we can also talk about Mikal Bridges. I think there's definitely needs to be some smoke for defensive player of the year. I think for first team all defense should definitely be automatic right now. If you're just talking like right now, like automatic. Sure. I mean, the way that he's been playing on the defensive side of the ball, the stocks that he's getting, again, 4 stocks tonight. The Milwaukee game, I don't even know. I don't have it up right now. It was
3.
3 stocks in that game. Charlotte game, we know he did his thing with 5 stocks in that game. And on the Monday against the Nets, his former team, he had another 3 stocks. So it's been like you're just basically expecting borderline 3 stocks every night from him, which is like absolutely totally different night and day from last year, where defensively it just didn't look like he was all the way I don't want to say engaged on that side of the ball, and we kind of know why now.
Because that nigga needed a nigga.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, no, he has definitely looked like a totally different player. This looks like the player that we traded the 5 picks for. A lot of people have been saying this is like Phoenix Mikal all over again on that side of the ball. And yeah, I mean, he's been amazing, and you're just hoping that he continues this up, and you're hoping that, you know, when OG comes back, that, you know, they're able to elevate the defense that much more. Because the defense has been kind of middle of the pack so far. So you're just hoping that, you know, when OG comes back, he's able to help Mikal on that end, and Mitch Robinson catches up to speed on that end as well. I will say Mitchell Robinson did look better today than he has in recent games, especially with the 15 rebounds, 7 offensive. Granted, you know, Toronto was much smaller today, but still good to take advantage of that.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I think Mitch is going to have those stretches where, like, he looks a little winded. He's kind of out of it. But when he does stuff like that, it kind of reminds you how important he is to this team. And again, man, like Mikal's averaging 2.1 steals, 1.3 blocks a game. Like Jordan Pope says in the chat, Mikal Bridges is second in total stocks in the entire NBA. Mikal Bridges is second in stocks per game in the entire NBA. Like this is easily going to be a first team all defense. Bid if he keeps this up, and I don't see any reason why he wouldn't be able to keep it up. Just his ability to play as like an off-ball roamer and be able to kind of like come in and use that length in order to disrupt passing lanes, in order to disrupt shots and pickpocket dudes is just something that's been incredibly valuable for this team. And I think it's something that he's always been capable of doing. Even if you look at his time like back in Phoenix. So like this is something that I think he's always been capable of doing. Yeah, man, he's just making all his touches work. He's just incredibly effective at what he does, and like the Knicks have been thriving defensively. Rarely defensively, but they've been thriving because of it.
Yeah. Let's see. All right, let's go back to the Milwaukee game because that was the cup game that mattered the most this week. The Knicks took care of business in that game. That was the game that determined if the Knicks would advance to knockout round play, where they will play this Toronto team once again on next Tuesday in Toronto. That game was very impactful. Jalen Brunson gave us a masterful performance of 37 points and 5 assists on 57% from the field and 67% from 3. Josh Hart gave you 19, 15, 7, and 3 steals. Absolutely amazing game. Also got to the line a ton in that game and played great defense on Giannis, especially down the stretch. I thought that was the most surprising part of that game, I will say. Just because in these matchups in the past, the Knicks have played against the Bucks. OG has kind of taken that Giannis responsibility and has done fairly well in those matchups. I think has made Giannis uncomfortable and made him work and whatnot. And while Giannis still had, 30, 15, and 8, I feel like Josh Hart made it uncomfortable in certain possessions. So it wasn't as easy. We did have to deal with a Kuzma magnet ball game as he gave us 20 points off the bench from on 8 of 9 shooting and 4 of 5 from 3. Absolutely ridiculous. Probably the best game Kuzma's had in like what, 2.5, 3 years.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous. But yeah, no. Thankfully, Jalen Brunson was able to get whatever he wanted against the Bucks. Like they literally had no one to guard him. They put AJ Green on him. They put Ryan Rollins on him. They put Gary Trent Jr. on him. They put Gary Harris on him. They put Kyle Kuzma on him. It just didn't matter who they put on him. He was able to do whatever he wanted, whenever he wanted. And yeah, that was pretty much the game. Like Jalen Brunson doing whatever he wanted. Deuce McBride, another great game, shooting the ball, especially 5 of 7 from 3, 19 points. Hit some key threes in that fourth quarter when they opened up the fourth quarter. That really kind of opened up the game and really sealed things for the Knicks early on, even though the Bucks made a little bit of a run there. But that opening to the fourth quarter really kind of was the tail of the game. Yeah.
Yeah, no. I think for the Bucks game, Brunson fried the Bucks like he normally does. It's kind of a tradition at this point. I think Josh Hart again played one of his most Herculean games of the season. Just having to guard Giannis and basically having to be that secondary playmaker and also being a scoring threat the way that he was. Especially because someone like Cat was struggling. So he kind of had to pick up that offensive load from Cat. Josh Hart made everything work to the best of his ability, and he was able to be successful. Bridges just gave you good defense, good minutes. For the most part, it was just guys chipping in here and there alongside Brunson and Hart. It was just great. A great gritty win, I think, especially because like the Bucks were feisty and
that was Giannis' first game back too.
Yeah, like and Giannis didn't look like he missed any time at all. 30, 15, and 8. Like he only played 28 minutes. Like and the Knicks somehow made it work, especially because like Jordan Clarkson was a terrorist that game. Cat again gave me nothing. It was really just like guys like Deuce stepping up and guys like Mitch like having a little bit of an offensive impact. Kolek trying to make himself like a factor offensively, and Brunson like taking it home. Like that's what Brunson does. Like that's why you pay him to give you like those clutch buckets in the fourth.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't really. There was a lot of criticism for the Knicks offense late in the fourth quarter of that game. A lot of people were like, "Oh, why bring Mike Brown in if you're gonna do, if you're gonna play the same way as you did last year?" And it's like a lot of people just don't realize that the late game offense was never really going to change much. The point of Mike Brown coming was to make sure that the rest of the game was not as high impact on Brunson, so that way when it came down to the fourth quarter, he had fresh legs and he was, less tired when it came time for him to put these games away. So, yeah.
Yeah, like it just I don't know why anybody would assume that the Knicks would just like not give the ball to Brunson. Like, and even when they give the ball to Brunson, you saw it the last game where it's like, even when they get the ball to Brunson, there's still a lot more offensive flow. There's still a lot more offensive process that just did not exist with Tibbs. And it's never existed with Tibbs because Tibbs was really spacing as a concept. Like, you don't want to take the ball out of Brunson's hands when the game's on the line. Like, he won the clutch award for a reason. But you also don't want it to be the same offense as you run in the clutch time as when you run in the first minute of the game. And that was the problem. It also is nice to not see the Knicks forget that Deuce McBride exists, or forget that Josh Hart can be benched, or use other options in the clutch. Like, before Landry Shamet tore his shoulder, like, Landry Shamet was closing games instead of Deuce McBride or with Josh Hart. And it's like, that's what you want. You want diversity. You want the ability to have different lineups on the court depending on the situation. You want guys to be used and not feel like they're not going to get any touches until the ending of the game in the blowout. And that's really what it is.
Yeah, no, I mean, the game is definitely the offense has definitely looked different in various moments of this season. And like we said before, the end of games wasn't really going to change much. And that's why it's still, Brunson ball at the end of these games. There was some changes in terms of, I will say, in terms of like Josh Hart being a screener and them passing him the ball and him finding 3-point shooters in the corners. That is something that has been a little bit of a wrinkle as teams have put centers on Josh Hart again, but I feel like the Knicks are utilizing that a little bit different as well.
Yeah, because like they're not just having Josh Hart be the only person involved in the action. They're still like running their offense even with a big on Josh Hart, and they're essentially trying to like do a bunch of screens in order to like get Brunson mismatch hunting. And it's like, again, like these little things you're seeing, like this didn't happen last season. Like, this is the same guy who ran Josh Hart, Preston Chu, and Mitchell Robinson minutes together. Like,
shout out the Sacramento Kings.
Like,
Kings have definitely taken a book out of that.
Tibbs is a shadow coach in Sacramento, I'm kind of convinced. But like, anybody trying to say that this offense isn't different from last year did not watch this offense last year. And if you did watch this offense and that's still your takeaway, I don't know what offense you're watching.
Yeah, no. All right. Speaking of that game, that was one of the 2 cup games that the Knicks played this week. The second game was against the Charlotte Hornets team, who actually gave this Raptors team some fits last night. It took them to overtime. The Knicks kind of handed them easily, 129-101 in Charlotte in that NBA Cup game. Another well-rounded offensive game, especially for the starters. Starters kind of just mollywop the Hornets by themselves. Brunson, 33, 19 for McBride. Karl-Anthony Towns did 19 and 10. Josh Hart, 22, 8 and 7 with 3 steals. McCall, 18, 5, 3 assists, and of course 5 stocks that game. Just a really great game from the starters. And yeah, I mean, that kind of tells you all you need to know. I don't know how much longer LaMelo has for Charlotte. That's going to be very interesting to see. It's very interesting to see a lot of what happens with a lot of guards in this league between Ja Morant, Trae Young, LaMelo Ball. It looks like a lot of these teams are going to be moving on from these point guards. So that is something that I am looking to see what happens with.
I think for LaMelo, I just don't really know how much he impacts them winning basketball games. He has to stay healthy. It seems like they have a godsend in Concaneppel. Like, I like the pieces they have. I like Concaneppel. I like Ryan Kalkbrenner. I know he didn't really have the best game against us, but someone like Colin Sexton, I think, is pretty effective as an NBA player, and you got him in a salary dump. And I'm like, I feel like, honestly, if you gave the rock to Colin Sexton, he'd probably give you a decent amount of what LaMelo gives you while being healthy and while not being as much of a head case. I do think that at some point you're going to see a situation where like a lot of these troubled guards, we'll call them, I'll just say YNs, but yeah. I do think this could be kind of like a kind of musical chairs kind of thing. You just kind of look around the league, and not a lot of teams really need point guards like that. Like, who's trading for Ja Morant? Like, do you think Ja Morant could be?
It's funny because like Minnesota's like the one team that like really needs a point guard badly,
and
but it's like
he'd suck there.
And it's like you don't know which of these guards is actually going to be the best fit for that Minnesota team.
Like the problem with a lot of these guards is like they need usage, and it's like you go to Minnesota and it's like you're going to take the ball at Edwards' hands. Not happening. So like you essentially need a guard who can like play more off ball. Like you need Jalen Brunson. That's really it. Like you need Jalen Brunson. But the problem is there's only one Jalen Brunson, and not a lot of star guards in the league have the ability to like scale on and off ball the way Jalen Brunson does. And this idea that Jalen Brunson couldn't play off ball for 3 years was really, really stupid. Like he literally got his start playing next to Luka. He knows how to play off ball. It just stinks. Like I think the only way a team like the Timberwolves would like get the guard that they want is essentially like somebody else needs to be traded for a guard, and then somebody needs to give like a salary dump guard to the Timberwolves. Because that's the only way they can probably get that kind of guard. I mean, I don't know what guard is going to come in there and be able to like kind of play defense next to Ant Edwards and shoot the three. Like you're looking at like a Kyle Lowry type of guard where like they could be a role player, but they can also like scale up and have also impact, like a Fred VanVleet. Fred VanVleet would be perfect for that team, but they're not going to get Fred VanVleet. Yeah, it's just rough. Like, and like, you look lead wide. How many teams are like, "Oh, we desperately need a point guard"? Like
Not
the
a
Hawks.
lot.
The Hawks probably would have given away Trae Young. I don't think they want to.
Yeah, no, they definitely want to get rid of him.
Because
I
like
mean,
Jalen Johnson's out here snatching against Shane, and he's getting paid less.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, no, it's that's the most interesting storyline for me in the NBA, at least for now in the season. Just like these guards and where they're gonna go, because it's like not a lot of teams really need the type of guard that they are.
Yeah, like Colin Gillespie came out of nowhere for the Suns, and it's like he's good, but it's also like, hey, someone like Colin Gillespie would legitimately be very useful for the Timberwolves right now.
Yeah, they could use a Colin Gillespie really bad. Shout out Villanova guards from the mid 2010s, late 2010s.
And NBA champion Colin Gillespie. But yeah, like it's just the guard. It's in the NBA. There are just so many guards, and it's kind of hard to find teams that like need guards, but also have the personnel that would benefit some of these star guards, because it's like the guards that they're trading for are like used to around 30 usage and getting like 18 to 22 shots a game, and now it's like you're not really somebody who's built to take like 14, 15. So yeah, it'll be very interesting.
Well, that's one problem the Knicks don't have to deal with because we have one Jalen Brunson. And recapping, I guess the ending off the recap of this week, the Knicks, of course, played Brooklyn in Brooklyn. beating them 113-100 to start this week off. And Knicks actually went 4-0 this week. Since we last did our live stream, and we actually kind of predicted that the Knicks would probably go at least probably 2-2, maybe 3-1 if we're lucky, but they went 4-0, sweeping the week. So a very good week from the Knicks. And we got ourselves in another week ahead, facing off the Celtics, who have actually picked things up since the last time we saw them. They're 4-2 in their last 6 games. And today, Peyton Pritchard had a 40-point game, and Jaylen Brown had a triple-double. So I don't think the Celtics are going to be tanking for AJ DeMonta anytime soon. So their fans, I know they had a fun time in the early 2 weeks posting the AJ DeMonta video. They won't be posting it anytime soon because I think they'll be fine. The East is kind of dog shit, and they'll probably be a play-in team at the very least. But no, the Knicks play they played the Nets on Monday. That is where Josh Hart got his was that his first start of the year?
Yeah, I think so.
Josh Hart, yeah, first start of the year, 7-12-7. Cat gave you 37 and 12. Jalen Brunson gave you 27. Just solid games from your 2 best players against a team that is not really good. Noah Clowney gave us 31 points though, so that was very fun to see. But yeah, I mean, nothing much really to take out of that game. Just your 2 best players showing up and supporting pieces doing their job as well.
Yeah, just a good old-fashioned ass whooping of the Nets.
And what is that, like 13 straight against the Nets that we've beat them? 12 straight? I don't remember.
Yeah, I think it's 12 straight. Yeah.
Oh, defensive player of the game from Jordan Bub here. It says our defensive player of the game was Mitch. Took a charge, 50-50 ball, just really impactful for the 16 and 46 seconds, 16 minutes and 46 seconds he was on the floor. Mike Brown on Mitchell Robinson, 15 rebounds tonight.
I have a theory. I think the defensive player of the game is a Josh Hart psyop. Because if you look at the leaderboards right now, Josh Hart has 4 defensive player of the games. I think he's gotten 2 of them since he started. And I feel like Josh Hart needs to be placeboed in order to play not like an idiot. And I legitimately think Josh Hart is being mind melded with the defensive player of the game award because he wants the positive reinforcement. He's getting Pavloved. They're conditioning Josh Hart to not be a bozo by telling him, hey, if you play really well, you get the defensive player of the game. And I think that's what Mike Brown is doing to Josh Hart. And that's why Josh Hart is playing the way that he's playing. Am I making sense?
Yeah, I could see it.
And I think the fact that Mitch got defensive player of the game is going to piss Josh Hart off, which is why he's going to have a really good game on Tuesday, and then he's probably going to end up winning it. They're not giving it to Mikal because Mikal is stable now. He's happy, Josh Hart was
if the rule of the defensive player of the game was to actually give it to the best defensive player, it would go to Mikal almost every single night.
I mean, at some point, somebody else, at what point is Jalen Brunson gonna win defensive player of the game?
He doesn't need it. He doesn't need the motivator.
I know, but I'm just wondering, who's gonna win defensive player of the game first? It's gonna be Jalen, Cat, or Yabusele. That's gonna be my
Cat winning defensive player of the game is gonna be the funniest thing ever, bro.
I'm waiting for it, bro.
Because there's half of Knicks fans legitimately hate him right now. They can't stand him. So him winning it would just be hilarious just for that reason alone.
Yeah, I would love. I just want to see what Jalen's gonna do when he does win it. I'm trying to think of the wildest defensive player of the game we could see win right now.
Tyler Kolek.
Yeah, it's Kolek. And honestly, Kolek had an argument. He had 3 steals this game. He definitely could have did something. But I'm thinking wildest and not wildest. Yabusele, Kolek, Brunson, Cat. I think that's where I'm at right now. I'm just I want to see which one of those guys win it first. I wouldn't be surprised if Shamet came back and won it before Yabusele won it. Like it's getting wicked.
Yeah, no, for sure. All right, let's get to some comments and then we'll talk about the week that is ahead for the Knicks. Jordan Bub says the Knicks have the best home record in the East and second best home record in the NBA outside of OKC, who of course is undefeated. When do we play OKC? I'm not really like looking forward to that game necessarily, but just to have it on my radar. We'll figure that out. Jordan Bub here. Gershon Yabusele 10 minutes off the bench as Knicks improved to 13-6 with win over the Raptors. 7 points, 3-5 shooting, 1 of 3 from 3, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, was a +6 in those 10 minutes. So hopefully, Yabusele can start to look more like the player that we thought we were going to get from the Sixers soon. So Knicks versus OKC. Okay, we play them March 4th, so it's gonna be a while.
That's the first time we play OKC?
Yep.
Damn.
Yeah, last year we played them in I want to say December.
Yeah, we played them
in December or January. It was
that's when we had that 9-game winning streak. And then they also had a winning streak. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that okay.
This year we play them a lot later in the season. We play them March 4th, and then we play them again on March 29th.
Okay, cool. So that means that by then they'll have the number 1 seed wrapped up, and they'll be resting everybody, so they won't try hard against us. All right, I'll take it.
Or they might be trying to go for a fucking all-time season record.
Shit. Yeah, you're right. It actually deadass might do that too.
They're on path. They're on path to really destroy the NBA. Shout out to the Clippers who fucking suck.
Oh my fuck, dude!
And they're gonna give them a top 5 pick.
20-1, bro.
20-1. They're about to get a top 5 pick because Clippers suck.
Oh my gosh, they're gonna get
great
AJ.
Times ahead for this league.
That's so funny. They're gonna get AJ, and then they have another. Oh my gosh. They might have the Clippers pick, the Utah pick, the Philadelphia pick that's also going to be decently high because Philly sucks. And then they have the Houston pick as well. So they're going to have 4 firsts this year. And then the Dallas second round pick. And Dallas also stinks. What the fuck?
Shout out to
aspiration needs to be.
No, shout out to the Clippers. Shout out to the Clippers.
Aspiration needs to be stoned. Why would you do this to us? Oh my gosh! On the bright side, it means that they're going to be probably trading away some dudes, but
probably. But
golly, they might have 2 top 10 picks.
Hi, Sail. 6099 says good win. Raptors are a good team with a good coach. Bridges defense is crazy good. Now Bridges really played good defense on Brandon Ingram. Brandon Ingram, he's been someone that has been playing really well. Hit a game winner the other day against the Pacers. Whatever you think of the Pacers, still hit a game winner. He's been playing really well for them. I want to see how much he's averaging.
I think he's averaging 21. After today, I'm not sure, but I think he's averaging 21.
But no, yeah, he's been playing really well. Stats, let me see. Yeah, he's averaging about 21.9 points per game. It's so funny. There's a joke that Brandon Ingram just never able to hit 25 points per game. It's if you need a solid 20 to 23 points per game, Brandon Ingram's your guy. If you need 25, you're not gonna.
Yeah, if you need 18, Brandon Ingram will get you 22. If you need 25, Brandon Ingram will get you 22. That's what Brandon Ingram does.
But the Raptors, they've been pretty good to start this year. Kind of a surprising team. Granted, their roster doesn't really have that many names that kind of pop out at you. After quickly slow start, you kind of really pick things up. Barnes has been pretty solid for them. Mamu off the bench has been kind of really good for them too. Murray Boyles. I don't know if he always produces like he does tonight, but today he gave them 11 and 8 off the bench. I feel like that's pretty good production to get off from a rookie off the bench.
Yep.
But yeah, no, they've been an interesting team. We'll see if they keep this up throughout the rest of the year. November is a very interesting time for the league, and we'll see how teams shift going into December and January as teams start to become a little bit more serious and teams start to pick up on each other's habits and whatnot as well. So we will see.
Yeah. I definitely just do think that the East is so weak that like the Knicks can stumble the way they kind of stumbled earlier in the season. They're still within shouting distance of the 1 seed, but we're 2.5 games back in the loss column. And yeah, like the Knicks have the best net rating in the East by like a point, which kind of shows that even though we've been like losing a couple games, we still had the ability to, prove our dominance in terms of just like in terms of net rating. The offense is elite, the defense is average. I do expect to continue against Boston. But yeah, like the Knicks are just profiling as an elite team, and I do expect the Knicks to have a very good regular season. And again, I do expect to hit the 1 seed. So.
Let's see what else we have here. Jordan Bob says that Mikal Bridges is second in total stocks in the entire NBA. Mikal Bridges is second in stocks per game in the entire NBA as well.
Special. That's what he's like. He just looks great.
Yeah. Let's see here. What else we have here? Okay. So next week, Jordan Bub brings up next week our schedule. Boston Celtics at Boston on NBC, MSG. On Tuesday at 8 p.m., Charlotte Hornets on MSG. On Wednesday and Friday night, Knicks against Utah at 7:30.
Okay, so it could be another 3-0 week, which is nice.
Could be.
Should be.
Should be. Celtics have been an interesting team. I will say that much. They've been playing better as of late, but I think the Knicks should be able to
handle that.
Jordan Bob also asked our thoughts on NBC and prime coverage on the NBA.
Prime is great. Prime is fantastic.
I think the presentation for both has been pretty good. Commentators have left a little bit to be desired on NBC, especially. I will say Stan Van Gundy calling our games when we're on Prime is probably the most annoying thing ever. But
yeah, it's not. I think the commentary is lacking. I mean, the Prime commentary is just mostly TNT commentary, so you're not really gonna get the best kind of commentary there.
I do like the in-studio stuff for Prime.
Yeah, like BG, Dirk, Steve Nash, Udonis, Taylor Rooks.
That's a good.
Taylor Rooks, Lord have mercy.
That's a great studio team. They work well together. Yeah. They provide a good amount of analysis and jokes because I know people love their jokes with Inside the NBA. But I do think they provide a solid balance of both, especially with their analysis. And I like what they do in terms of going onto the court out there, doing the virtual stuff with the plays and stuff like that. I like that type of stuff. So yeah.
Yeah. And I think NBC is also solid too. I know we haven't had as many games on NBC, but NBC has been good. I like their pregame, postgame. Maria Taylor. And listen, dog, you think listen, Lord have mercy. Like, but T-Mac is good, Vince is good, Melo is gonna be Melo. The commentary is a little. I mean, I think it's better with Mike Tirico. Jamal Crawford is solid.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like hearing Reggie Miller talk. No. But I mean, I think NBC like their pregame and postgame, they're both have just been really solid.
Yeah, no. Shout out. We had a super chat from Deb. I'm so sorry. This is like a Deb Bamboa Dejobi 4447. I don't know what this currency is. Do you know what currency that is?
It looks like pounds.
£5. Shout out to you. Rose did a great job putting together a contender with contracts that allow with having 57 mil with MVP JB. It's just very underwhelming that it's Cat who is the second superstar. Yeah, no, I mean, Cat hasn't really performed up to standard in terms of consistency on especially on the offensive side of the ball this year. You're just hoping that, this is just some early season slump. As we've noted here on the podcast, that November basketball is a very interesting time. We're hoping that, as we get into December, January, that Cat starts to get a little bit more consistent on the offensive end. We know who he is on the defensive side of the ball. You can only hope that, the rest of the team is able to somehow be able to mitigate that. So, it is what it is at this point. I'm not really going to get into the whole trade Cat for whoever right now. It's really early. We still have another playoff run to go through and whatnot. So I rather focus on the here and now rather than hypotheticals in the future.
Oh yeah, Jalen Johnson just had 41, 14, and 7. Trae Young is losing his fucking spot.
Yeah, no.
In real time, that Nick is losing his spot.
Yeah, no, they're gonna trade him like really soon.
Yeah. Like Trae Young is tweeting about this shit. Nah, buddy. This ain't you. This ain't you.
Yeah, no, he's out of there. Sorry, folks.
Not to mention they had fucking Naw hooping. Like Naw's putting up like 21 a game.
Yeah, no, Trey's out of there.
Yeah, like it's Jalen Johnson, Dice Daniels, trash ass, and like Naw, and like Okongwu can shoot threes now. Like, I think when niggas start hooping without you, you just gotta like that's it, bro. Like, I don't know how you could look at this roster and go, yeah, you know what we need to do? We need to pay Trae Young $55 million a year. Hell no. Hell no.
Yeah, no, they're top 5 in the East without him. So it's like, you really gonna bring him back?
Like, they can't.
They gotta find some other team that's willing to, pay him. So don't know who that's gonna be, but good luck to them.
They just don't need him. They don't need him. Like, what are they missing? Like, I mean, they're fine. They're a scrappy team. I'm not gonna say like they're like a contender or anything. But like, this is a stretch where like Trae Young, they didn't extend him last offseason. And now you're looking at a situation where it's like they are hooping without you.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's over with.
Yeah. Let's see what else here we got. Oh, Jordan Bowe forgot to add that there is another Knicks game versus the Magic at MSG on Sunday. Oh, great. We get to play Orlando once again. I really hate playing against Orlando.
At 12? Oh, damn. You know what? At least I don't have to watch the Giants play. Maybe that actually works out for us. We'll take that. We take those.
Yeah, so, all right. We have that game. We'll probably be live after that game on Sunday. That should be a very interesting game. Brandon Williams, 9505 says the East isn't as bad as it's been in the past. The West has been pretty bad outside the top 4. Yeah, I mean, both conferences haven't really been the best this year, I will say. The West has 4 teams that you're kind of really serious about. Everyone else is like, they'll probably get into the playoffs, but you're not really going to take them all too seriously. The East, it's like the Knicks are number 2. where you kind of expected them to be, if not higher. And, they should be the 1 seed within a couple games if they really take things seriously. As the Pistons have kind of started to fall a little bit back down towards to earth. But yeah, no, the East is very weird.
I mean, the East isn't. It's just like teams aren't good, and there's like a power vacuum almost. It's just.
Yeah, no, I mean, the Knicks are kind of where you expected them to be right now.
Like their only competition was supposed to be the Cavs, and the Cavs are in hell.
The Cavs are bad right now, and they're also like super unhealthy too, which hasn't helped their case. Don't have Max Strus. Lost Jarrett Allen and Larry Nance. Darius Garland has been kind of in and out of the lineup with injuries of the sort. This has always been the case with Darius Garland, but this year it feels like it's much more pertinent. And they just haven't been that good lately.
Yeah, and he also just got fried this game. Like Peyton Pritchard was frying him. Like
42.
I really don't understand. Like I've talked to the Cavs ad nauseum. I don't think this team is going to make it through 3 playoff rounds. I think if they were to face against the Knicks would probably beat them at 5, maybe 6, if you want to give them respect, which I don't. And yeah, like this is the off season where I think they finally go kablooey, because it's just like, okay, it's going to be 4 years of other teams making it to the conference finals before you do. At some point, you got to look at yourself and go, you're the problem. Because in that time, Boston's made it, the Heat have made it, the Knicks have made it, the Pacers have made it.
Yeah,
something's got to change.
Well, yeah, no. We'll see what happens with the East. The East standings have been the, I guess, most interesting storyline for a lot of fans. Just because a lot of people just didn't expect Detroit to be the number 1 seed, even this early in the season. A lot of people kind of expected it to be Cleveland, New York, and then everybody else after them. New York's holding up their end of the bargain so far. We'll see what happens with the rest of the East. But like, no team in the East really kind of like moves me. Like, I don't know. They just like, none of them really like move me like that. Like,
yeah, and they shouldn't, because like all of them are beatable. If we get like, the only team I don't want to play is fucking Orlando, and just because like they're just
someone's gonna get hurt.
Yeah, someone's gonna get hurt. I don't play any team from the Southeast Division. I'll trust any of them.
Yeah, I don't want our guys to get hurt.
But that's really it.
So predictions for this week ahead. We have Boston Tuesday, Wednesday Charlotte, Friday Utah, Sunday Orlando.
I'm thinking 3-1. Wouldn't be surprised if it was 4-0.
I could see 3-1. We haven't seen the Knicks play a matinee Sunday game yet this year.
That's why I'm saying the 1.
The Knicks have always been very interesting in those games. They either come out like
On
guns
fire.
a-blazing and like beat the shit out of a team, or they come out like they've had a very nice Saturday night and yeah.
Yeah. So
it
wouldn't
could
be surprised
go
if that
either
was
way. That could be the 1 loss. I think we should handle Utah easily at home. Like, that should be easy. Charlotte at home as well. That should be another easy game. Only game that I think will be really like close out of these like games will probably be the Celtics and the Magic games, most likely.
Yeah. I feel very confident about that being the case. So yeah.
I think that's pretty much it for this week's Run.down, sponsored by FanDuel. I mean, and Mike Brown's been kind of trying to get some Jaylen Brown MVP gas going. Good luck with that. Mike Brown?
You mean Jalen Brunson?
Jalen Brunson, yeah. Ooh, wow, my brain. I
That
confused the
that's a
Mike
lot.
Brown and the Jalen. But yeah, Mike Brown's been trying to get Jalen Brunson some MVP gas this year. These last couple games. Good luck to him. Knicks fans have been trying to get Jalen Brunson MVP gas for the last couple years. We've been trying to get him. We've been trying to get him NBA, first team All NBA gas.
That could happen. That could actually happen this year.
I could see.
I have faith.
Who are the early season contenders for the guard spot All NBA?
Well, I mean it's team us, but I'm thinking. I mean
Most
your top.
positions?
Yeah, like your top four has got to be Luka,
Shea.
Jokic, Shea, Giannis, and then the fifth spot's like up for grabs. And I think right now, like,
You sure folks not gonna want to put Cade there? Because like
that beat's nasty as fuck. I'm sorry, bro. You can't put Cade there, bro. Like, enough with this. Enough. Like,
bruh, you know the media's been moving with him lately.
God, it's just glazing because he's light skin. He has a signature shoe. Like, come on, bro. How Jalen Brunson the only light skin without any gas? I had never seen that before, bro.
Bruh, they saying he not handsome enough. That's what
Come
they saying.
on. My nigga cute. Like, I don't know what we talking about, bro. What we doing here?
They saying my son not handsome enough.
Yo, like, family man, like,
that don't matter to folks.
He don't even grift, bro. He's not even grifting anymore. He's just big-headed. Like,
that don't matter to folks no more. They say he not handsome enough.
I give up, dog. I give up. I give up.
They say he not handsome enough. He got to be more handsome.
Gosh.
That's the requirements niggas putting on him now. Like he beat
like,
all the other allegations. It's just like they just say he not handsome enough.
He's like, oh nah, he don't make it twitch, bro. I can't get it first team. Like, get the fuck out of here,
man.
My nigga cute.
You're not cute. You're not cute to everybody, apparently.
Nick.
But nah, I think what has to happen is it's simple. Jalen Brunson, when they face the Pistons again this year, has to show them the works. That's it.
It gotta be levels.
He gotta put the beats on them niggas. That's it.
Like, I really can't believe it comes down to putting the beats. I'm not worried about putting the beats because the beats gonna get put on. It's just like, really, dog.
They got no one for him. So it's like,
yeah. What's that? Asar Thompson out there, bro? You really think it's scaring anybody?
And Pistons. I seen Pistons fans talking about how undisciplined he is just a couple days ago too.
They talking real sweet, bro. That's all I'm saying.
They themselves are admitting that Asar is being undisciplined this year too. So it's like they know he's being disciplined. We've been trying to tell them since last year, but now they think they thought Jaden Ivey was going to be the answer. He's been asked since he came back this year. They was asking for Dennis Jenkins minutes over him the last couple games.
Trenches, bro. Trenches.
So, like, I ain't really all too moved by the Pistons that much. We haven't played them yet, so we'll have to see what happens with them. But yeah, no, I definitely I think Jalen Brunson should get the first team All NBA spot over him, but like they put in Cade in MVP talks right now, so it's like
I think he'll end up getting good. So hopefully by the end of it, he'll end up getting good.
Yeah, I think when all said and done, especially if like the East continues to shake out the way it is right now, I think Knicks should be able to get that number one seed. If Detroit is the team that to beat for the one seed, I think the Knicks should be able to get it. And if Jalen Brunson is putting up close to 30 a game, playing the way he is, Knicks the top seed, playing really well, beating teams that they should, and beating teams that are, seen as ahead of them or not. So I think they should be able to. I think that alone should be able to finally get Jalen Brunson first team All NBA. He should have got it last year probably, and even probably the year before. He's had very solid arguments for either year, especially last year. I think had his strongest argument, but it is what it is. And hopefully that gets him that MVP cast that Mike Brown has been trying to get him, because we've been trying to get him that forever. So,
yep.
Jordan Bowman has some more quotes here as we start to close this out. Cat Tuhan, he says, we still feel we're rough, our offensive system, and trying to figure it all out. We're going to continue to get better every day, trying to continue to get more and more comfortable with this. As long as we continue to learn while winning games, that's the most important thing. While Josh Hart says that he says the Knicks are extremely comfortable right now offensively. We're starting to make these reads and play off each other's movements, know where guys are going to be on the court. So two guys that are clearly at different stages in the
that's hilarious,
learning curve in this Knicks offense, and it shows what they're playing on the court. I mean,
yeah, because Josh was starting now, so he's like, "Oh, this is easy as fuck. What the fuck am I complaining about?" And Cat is like, "I can't see. I'm really blind. Why aren't you cutting?" I'm playing Cat. But like, yeah,
Cat is like dyslexic in this offensive system a little bit.
God damn. Yeah.
He's got to learn.
Everybody else is learning the offense, and Mike Brown telling Cat and Johnny had 3 apples. That's really it.
Honestly. Mikal Bridges critiques his individual defense tonight on Brandon Ingram. He says, fouled him a lot, scored a couple buckets on me. I don't think that was the best defense, but just McBride in the background says, you did great, Mikal. Thanks, Deuce. Thanks, man. Nice support there. I thought he played fine on him.
Like he had 49 true shooting. Like, you did your job. You're good.
Brandon Ingram hit a couple of threes wide open when no one was anywhere near him. Like, I think Mikal did an amazing job on him.
Plus, you give him those shots, like, because he doesn't hit them more often.
Yeah, like if there's any shot I want Brandon Ingram taking, it's actually a 3-pointer. I don't care what his numbers say. Even if he's good at them, I'd rather him take those than like his mid-range shot, which is his offense. So his office. So more from Jordan Bub here. Mike Brown credits the Knicks for the job they did on the offensive glass tonight against the Raptors. 25 offensive boards, 22 second chance points. That's who we are. It's so funny because like the Knicks coaches change, but like the philosophy still kind of like is the same in a lot of different regards.
Mitch Robinson is still what the team was built around.
Yeah.
Like Mitch Robinson,
Josh Hart.
Like, we built on beating niggas up. Don't let the new coach fool you. Like, we've been beating niggas up since COVID.
Yeah, no, this team has been like they've made their living off of second chance points. So no matter who has been the coach, it's like that's what they're going to build their team on. Got a quote here from Jalen Brunson on IQ. All right, let's see this one. This is the opportunity he was looking for, and he's showing out. I have nothing but respect for him. That's my guy. We go out there, we compete, but I'm always rooting for him. Respect.
Yeah, I miss my brother.
I miss IQ, man. I remember when that Boston game in Boston when
I bought a jersey off that game, bro.
When Jalen Brunson was out.
They couldn't even give me a year, bro. I bought a jersey off that game. I'm not talking about like the ones on NBA Star. I'm talking about like I went to MSG.com, got the one with the patch on it. I was so locked in. I got the one with the patch on it now. Like, I don't play with my jerseys when I buy them. And I got that, and then they traded him 10 months later.
Always, that's like the one former Knick that like I still like root for heavy.
Yeah.
Like the rest of them, I really don't care like at all for. But like he is the one that he's the one former Knick that I actually like still root for. You know, I hope he has success. Hopefully not too much success because of course I want the Knicks to fucking win everything. But I'm always happy to see him play well. So it was really great to see when he was struggling earlier in the year and Raptors fans were starting to turn on him, and then he turned it around because of course, you know, he wasn't going to shoot fucking 25% from the field for, you know, every single game after 4 games. So yeah, no.
He can't hit free throws right now though. Free my son.
It is what it is. You know, you got to sacrifice some things when you become a starter, apparently.
My man's shooting like 73% from the free throw line, bro.
Oof.
That's not you. That's not you.
Yeah, no, that's a far cry from where he used to be. Especially with the Knicks, he was like a 90% free throw shooter. So
yeah.
All right. I think that ends things off for us here. Shout out to everyone that tuned in. Make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe. Make sure you check out all the links in the description. Shout out once again to FanDuel for sponsoring. We will probably be back next Sunday after the Knicks play the Magic, hopefully following another 4-0 week for the Knicks. But yeah, no, definitely. Hopefully next time we're talking to you guys, the Knicks are most likely the 1 seed in the East.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. But yeah, we will see you guys on Sunday. Enjoy the rest of the week. Peace.